Wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you to all the gentlemen. Now I invite you to go to the scriptures and the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 34, 1 through 8. When you have it, please say amen. Let's read together. Then Moses went up from the plains of Moab to the Mount Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, which is across from Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead, as far as Dan, all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, all the land of Judah, as far as western sea, the south and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, as far as Zoar. Then the Lord said to him, "This is the land of which I swore to give Abraham, Israel, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I will give it to your descendants. I have caused you to see it with your eyes, but you shall not cross over there." So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, opposite Beth Peor, but no one knows his grave to these days. Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were not dim, nor his natural vigor diminished. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses ended. God bless his word. Amen.
Looking around from here, all the membership, sitting in the pew, I see a lot of changes. It was over 7 years ago I was here to start my ministry. And you know what I see? A lot of folks that I saw 7 years ago, they're not here anymore. Maybe James, were you there?
I was.
You were, and Sister Wilma, you were here. And who else? Mac was here. Okay, over there. But everybody else is new. One generation comes and one generation goes and the other generation comes, right? That's the way life is. I'm glad that you are able to come to our church and fill the the empty pews people left behind. That's a great privilege to serve God in this capacity. Some folks left because they moved out. Some folks left because they don't like, the way we do business in our church. Some theological conflicts, and personal conflicts, and they gone. And we thought the church is gonna die. That's not the way God's church is. As they go, God will go with the different people, to go to the next level. So you are the ones God brought you here, and He will use you to bring more souls for His kingdom. Okay, you are not just a visitor. Okay, you are not just invitees of our worship service. You are the owner of the church. Okay, you are here to claim that I am part of this church. Okay, don't ever feel that you are just a guest visiting one Sabbath. Okay? And I'm going to share my experience that I had not long ago. this would be the first, picture that I want to show. This is a picture I took myself at the top of the Mount Bora, highest mountain in Idaho. Okay, me and my wife went to Idaho to hike the highest mountain over there. July, 29th, 2016. Okay, the highest mountain in Idaho, 12,644 feet. All right, and 7.5 miles to the top. So round trip is about 15 miles. I made it. My wife and I start the journey together, but she had to stop in the middle. She could not go any farther. And I went all the way there by myself. It took me over 15 hours. And this is another picture right here, the top. Okay. I'm gonna show you. Oops, gone too far. Too fast. Come back here. Okay. I'm gonna show you the scripture we just read and see the message God has in store for us. Okay. I'm gonna read slowly with you. We just read it not long ago, but I'm gonna read again. Okay. If there is any message God wants to share, among us, please do so, okay? Then Moses went up from the plain of Moab to the Mount Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, which is across from Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the lands of Gilead, as far as Dan, all Naphtali, the land of Ephraim, Manasseh, all the land of Judah, as far as the western sea, the south, the plain of valley of Jericho, the city of the palm trees, as far as the Zoar. Then the Lord said to him, this is the land of which I swore to give Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I will give it to your descendant. I have caused you to see it with your own eyes, but you shall not cross over there. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. They buried him in the valley in the land of Moab, opposite Beth Peor. No one knows his grave to this day. Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were not dim, nor his natural vigor diminished. All right, so what is the message do you think God has store for us through this scripture? Share with me. Is the Holy Spirit working on you? Okay, what's the message then? You must have some message for you to take today away. What is that? Okay, sister, go ahead.
He trusted God, and God sustained him to the end. His eyes were not dim, nor his natural vigor diminished.
Okay, so what's the message that you want to say?
The message for me is that I can trust God to see me through to the end.
All right, thank you. Excellent. What are the messages?
God fulfilled his promises.
God fulfilled his promises. Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Okay.
Sometimes in life, great men, great leaders make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had been the plan for Moses to go all the way into that land. But because he made a mistake, he lost his temper, that plan couldn't be fulfilled. But God did not give up on him.
Amen.
God has given him a better plan.
Yeah.
He
There's a
took him
better plan.
to heaven.
God didn't give up on him. And there's also a lesson for us then. We also should not give up on people.
Okay. Never give up on people. Okay, good. Thank you. What are the messages? Is there? Okay, sister, go ahead. Let me go to Sister Jamara. Go ahead, Sister Jamara. What's the message God has given you through the scriptures?
That God has a blessing and promises for our future. He wants us to be able to see it so that we believe it
Okay.
and trust it.
All right. Thank you. Good. Okay, sister, go ahead.
Well, it reminds me of what the Lord said on the cross. It is finished. It was predestined for Moses to only go so far. And he was very blessed to even have good eyesight and see a glimpse of what's coming. And he accepted his destiny with humility.
What if Moses never went up to the Mount Nebo, top of the Mount Pisgah? What if God said, come up? But he said, no, Lord, I'm 120 years old. I don't want to go up there. I'm so tired, traveling 40 years in the wilderness. I'm not going to go up there. What a mistake, huh? That would have been, right? If Moses said, Lord, I'm not going up there. He obeyed him, right? Even if he was over 108, 120 years old, God said, come up to the mountaintop. He went up there. And God showed him all the land that the Israelites would occupy later on, right? And also, what happened after he died? He was raised by the Lord and taken into better land, correct? Then he saw. All right. All right. Why climbing mountains? You know, this is a picture that I took at Mount Humphrey in Arizona. That's the highest mountain over there. That's over 2,000 feet high. And this is the mountain I took. It's around 13,000 feet high. The Mount Wheeler, highest mountain in New Mexico. And another mountain here. This is a Mount Albert, highest mountain in Colorado. Okay, another mountain right here. This is the highest mountain in Korea. And then this is the highest mountain in Nevada, Boundary Peak. And there's another picture that I want to show, but I could not find it. Highest mountain in Texas. Why am I climbing? I'm so eager to climb mountains. Huh?
Because you see a nice over the mountain, you see a nice view, you know?
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Let me show you something here. Okay, right here. One at the bottom is the bottom of the mountain, right here. I don't know whether I can go. Oh boy. It doesn't work. Usually. Okay. Oh, this one doesn't work well. Let me go back and do it again. Usually this one is to, okay, this is works right here. This is a picture that I took from the mount, top of the Mount Bora. Okay, and this one right here is another one. Anyhow, right there. There's always a trail, head to start off the hike, and then there's always what? Trail end at the top. Okay? There's always a beginning point and also always end point, right? But one thing I know is this. End point and the trail end always more what? Fantastic. More grandeur. More fabulous. More exciting than the trailhead. You don't see much in the trailhead. Okay? We just pitch a tent in the bottom of the mountains. That's all we saw. As I climb up to the top of the mountains, you can see, 100 miles all around you. There's nothing that will hinder you to see any, farther out. Okay? You can, in a clear day, as you can see, 100 miles out there. You can see so much there. What do you need the most in hiking? Okay? When you go hike, have you been hiking? When you go up in the mountain, what is most needed?
Water.
Water. And what else? Huh? What?
Good legs.
Good legs. All right, good legs. And you gotta have a food and good hiking shoes, right? And because I didn't wear good hiking shoes on the way down, the slope was so steep, and my toe was hitting at the tip of my shoes, and 2 toenails of my feet were black now. Okay, so you need to wear good hiking shoes. That's right. What else? What else do we need when we hike the mountains?
Determination.
Determination. I like that. Determination. I will show you this. This is some of the pictures I took going up to the same mountain. And that's the end. You know what you need the most in hiking to finish, to get to the top of the mountains? You need a persistence. If you're not persist, okay, pushing yourself to the limit, you're never gonna get to the top. Do you know how often I said to myself, this is enough. I've seen enough. Why don't I quit? Then what? You're never gonna get to the top. Okay, one thing that is required most is what? To have what? Persistence. Okay. You know what? The life is the same way. There is always a beginning point, and there is always what? End point. In order for you to finish your life, you need a persistence. Okay, you got to be very persistent about your life. Otherwise, you're never gonna come to the end of your life and say, I have raised my life well. You will not say that. I've been going to funeral homes many times to conduct funerals. Some of the people that I conduct funeral, I feel so bad. Why? They didn't finish their life well. And there's only coffin right there. That's the only body I see. There's no one around. What a miserable, funeral service. If you don't see any, so folks coming out here and celebrate the life that you lived. In order for you to, finish well, what you need is what? You need to be very what? Persistent. Because once you get to the top, you know what? You're gonna enjoy something that you never imagined enjoying. Beautiful up there. What really matter is not how you begin. What really matters is how you finish your life. Finishing well. You know what I saw? So many people end their life in the middle, in halfway. Okay? They give up. They never see the end result. That's what I see. On this trail, going up there, there's a place called Chicken Out Ridge. I'll show you the picture right here. Chicken Out Ridge. This is Chicken Out Ridge right here. There's another one. Chicken Out Ridge. The reason they call Chicken Out Ridge is because you have to walk at least 6 hours up. Okay? Then Chicken Out Ridge, another mile going up. Okay? And literally, you're walking on the ridge of the mountain. Both sides is a cliff. And you have to crawl, hanging on the rocks. Okay, over a mile. Okay, that's why no wonder they call it Chicken Out Ridge. Okay, and here this is a part of the Chicken Out Ridge. If you misplace your foot, okay, 1 or 2 inches away from the trail, you're gonna go down. Literally, let me tell you this. Literally, from here to the wall over there, one part of the Chicken Out Ridge, there's only one crevice at the top. There's another crevice at the bottom. At the top crevice, you're gonna put your hand. The bottom crevice, you're gonna put your foot. And this is a cliff. You gotta be a cliffhanger. So people come to the Chicken Out Ridge. They say that, oh, this is too much for me. They chicken out and go down. My wife, walked with me over 6 hours and came to the Chicken Out Ridge, and she stopped, going any farther. She chickened out. Okay? She chickened out. And this is the end of the Chicken Out Ridge. See that right here? You have to climb down this rock. It's more than 150 feet high. You have to climb down the rocks and come to the snowbank. Snowbank is over 100 feet long, and both sides is a cliff. Oh, there's a little tiny rope there. I don't see it here. And then you have to hang on to it to go to the next, the end of the, what's that? That's right, that's the way you have to go back. So that's what I did. Okay. And, when I went to Boundary Peak in Nevada, whole family went up there. We pitched a tent in the morning, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, we woke up and went up. There's no trail. You have to make your own trail to get to the top. So we're going up, come to a certain point, and my son went up by himself, okay? And we have only 1/8 mile to go. He was around a few hundred feet, ahead of me, and came down and said, "Daddy, why don't we stop right here?" Well, I said, "Why?" You know what I said? "Daddy, there's no trail. You have to jump from one rock to another to get to the top." So, you know what? I believed him. Okay, then what? I turned around and came down. Never made the top. I should not have what? Listened to him. Has to be what? More persistent. Going up there. So I wasn't able to go to the top of the mountains to see around. I stopped in a way. Up to this point, I regret that I did that. You know what? A lot of folks in their life journey, they stop because someone says so. Okay? They stop pursuing or being persistent about their life because circumstances they are in is too much to handle. They stop. Okay? So you do not want to stop. If you have any goal that you set, that you want to achieve, you know what? Be what? Persistent. Don't ever listen to others around you, other than God. When God said stop, then stop. But when people say you stop, don't ever stop. Keep moving. Keep moving. Because once you reach the top of once you reach your goal, you know what you experience got to be much greater than all the hardships you got to do on the way up there. It's worthwhile. Okay. What about Moses' life? Let's talk about Moses' life. What is one word would you use to summarize his life? 120 years. Moses spent 40 years in the palace, correct? Another 40 years in the wilderness, right? As a shepherd, correct? And then another 40 years in the wilderness as a leader of the nation. What one word would you use to describe his life? Tell me. How many times was Moses challenged about his leadership? Every day, right? People come, because he was working from early dawn in the morning and late at night, his father-in-law had to stop him, correct? Correct? Yes. And there's murmuring all the times. There was a complaining all the times. Right? Even if they were given the best food and best water, God provide. Correct? There was a murmuring in the camp. Right? What was the one word would you use to summarize his life?
Domination.
Determination. Okay, that's a good word.
Overcomer.
Huh?
Overcomer.
Overcomer.
Unshakable.
Say it again.
Unshakable.
Unshakable.
Patient.
Patience. You know what? I say persistence. So how many times do you think he said, "I'm going to quit this. This is too much for me. I cannot handle this. I'm not the one who volunteered this. God told me to do this, so I'm okay to quit." I'm sure that he had so many temptations to say, "I'm going to quit." You know what though? He kept going on. No matter what happens around him. Persistence. What's important in our lives? To finish what? What is it? Persistence. I'm going to challenge each and every one of you to be persistent about the goal that you set, about your life that you're going to live. Once you quit it, being persistent, you're never going to enjoy mountaintop experience. What's waiting for you to experience is what? Mountaintop experience. The words cannot describe. In order for you to reach that, that stage, you got to be what? Persistent. What's the most important, What's the most important in your life journey when you can say, I have made it? Persistence. Right here. Romans chapter 2, verse 27. Let's read all together. Ready? To those who by what? Persistence in doing good seek unseen, but certain heavenly glory, honor, immortality, He will give the life of eternal life. Yes, persistent. Don't ever think about quitting, stopping. You gotta keep moving. I'm gonna show you two pictures here. What's the difference between this picture right here and this one and this one? Two pictures you see of that side was taken where we pitched a tent. Okay? And the view that we had from tent site is this. Okay? And the other one right here from the top, right? I think it's a moving picture. No, it's not. Oh yeah, moving picture right there. From the top. What's the difference between two pictures?
One is moving.
One is moving, one is a station, all right? Rather people more specific, more. You gotta be a little deeper than that. Okay, go ahead. What did you say?
You can see more from the top.
Okay.
The view is wider.
Okay, the view is wider. The only thing you see at the valley is what you have in front of you. Okay? You don't see anything behind the mountains. Mountain is in the way, correct? So your view is very narrow, limited, right? But when you are at the top of the mountains, and then what do you see? You see everything around you, even 100 miles up, as far as your eyes can reach. That's the difference. You know what? You know what I learned? This is what I learned. In the valley, you only know and see how you enter. You do not know what's behind the mountains. So your perspective is very limited and narrow. Once you get to the top, you'll be able to see things with a wider perspective, gaining a better understanding of where you stand. A lot of folks, when they go through valley experience, valley moment, tough time in their lives, usually their perspective is what? Very narrow. The only question they say is what? Why me? That's all. It's all self-centered. Why me? They don't want to see, something behind, something on the right-hand side, something on the left. The views are very narrow. But once you are at the mountaintop, you know what? Your perspective much bigger and wider. Able to see everything around you. Okay? When we come to church, what experience do you want to have? Valley experience or mountaintop experience? I know that you go through a valley during the day, right? Tough time, right? During the week, right? Something that you say, why me, Lord? Why this trouble to me? Those kind of things that we say all the time. You are in the valley. Your perspective is very narrow. But come to church, what experience do you want to have? We want to have a mountaintop experience. We need to see things the way God sees things. We want to widen our perspectives. It's not about me anymore. We want to see things from God's perspective. Okay? That's the mountaintop experience. Mountaintop experience is not just, the trance experience. Shouting and dancing and, feel good. No, that's not a mountaintop experience. You can get it in a club as well. You can get it when you booze. That's not a mountaintop experience. True mountaintop experience is what? To see things that is happening to you from whose perspective? God's perspective. That's a true mountaintop experience. That's what we want to experience here in our church. If you have lack of that, you're not having a mountaintop experience whatsoever. Okay? You know, you will never acquire better perspective unless you endure hardships and tribulation first in life. See here? In the valley, you know, you have to walk all the way to the top. That's not easy. Very hard. You want to quit so many times, right? But mountaintop experience never comes to you like this. You need to go through what? You need to go through hard times, tough times in your life. But once you've gone through that, you know what? You will truly enjoy mountaintop experience. What about this one? What about the picture below right here? This picture and this one. See, on the way up there, I've always had this sermon in mind, taking pictures. And I didn't take pictures, randomly. I took those pictures with a sermon in mind. Okay. So, what's the difference between these two pictures? This one was taken early in the morning, not in a high elevation, but this one was taken way up in the way up in elevation, right? And what is the difference? You see only little tiny things right here, right? Same thing, what? You see much more, correct? Right here. This is what I learned. The higher you climb, the more you see, and wider view and perspective you will obtain. So you need to climb higher. Okay? Don't ever stay where you are and say, hey, I'm done enough. There's always what? A mountain that you need to climb. Higher and higher. Okay? You need to set your goal higher and higher. This is a mess. On the way up there, I was only a quarter mile to go, 1/8 mile to go. Very tough. I literally crawled up there, hanging on the rocks. Okay, last quarter mile was so hard. Before I hit that trail, I left a message. Where did it go? Where did he go? I need him. Tito, I need you over here. A sound. We don't have a sound system here. On the way up there, coming up to the Shekinah Ridge, I thought there was no one out there by myself. There are 20 people who tried that mountain, only 4 made it. I was the last one who went up there and came down. Okay? And going up there and have only less than 1/8 mile left to go, I felt that I may not make it to the bottom of the mountains.
Wow.
So I want to leave a message to my children. It's not up. It's not up. I don't know.
Up here, no matter what trouble you go through, there is always an end, like a mountain hike. It's tough. I'm almost exhausted, but I know that there is an end. Second one is when I get to the top, I'm going to have a mountaintop experience. You're never going to get mountaintop experience unless you go through hardship first. The harder your difficulty is, the more joy you're going to have at the mountaintop. And also more memorable. Hey guys, I love you. Continue to love you until I die. You're my all. This is Daddy. Bye.
That's the message I left. On the way up there, going through the Shekinah Ridge, come to the halfway of the Shekinah Ridge. Before I hit the Shekinah Ridge, I saw a couple coming down already from the top, and I asked them, "What should I do?" I don't see any trail anymore. I asked him, "What should I do?" And he said, one thing you need to remember is you need to stay on the ridge. Don't deviate yourself from the ridge. Stay on the ridge. I know it's going to be tough, but stay on the ridge." That's what they said. So I was going up and past the first hump, and then I was coming to the second hump, but I saw a little trail on the left-hand side. It looks much easier. So I took that trail, you know, and I thought he would take me to the snowbank. You saw. I took that one. Very easy. It's flat going up, but narrow trail. One point, the trail was washed away. Okay, from here to here, washed away. There's no trail. I have to jump from this point to the other side. But the trail that I have over land is very narrow. Once you miss, you're gonna go down. So I decided to jump. Okay. No, first time I tried to crawl over it, but it was impossible. So much sand and the little rocks, pebbles there, so slippery. So I couldn't do that. So I decided to jump. I did. Jump. Barely made it. Okay. I took the trail all the way there, but found out that there's no more trail going up. So I had to go back. So I came to the same area. I had to jump the other side, right? It was very scary. I looked. It was like a bottomless pit all the way down there. So I pray that how would I make it? I pray really hard. Lord, my wife is down there waiting for me, and I'm going to jump again, and you're going to send me your guardian angels and hold me. I jumped. Okay? Somehow my foot didn't land in the trail, and I kept sliding. And I hold anything I could. You know what? Somehow I hit my arm on a rock. Right here. I have a big bruise here. And able to hang myself on that rock. And I was already 10 feet below from the trail. So I crawled up myself to the trail and came to the ridge and went up to the top. So I found out that I may not come back. So I left a message for my kids. Life is like going up a trail. You will find so many unexpected, incidences. You may get discouraged. You may be disappointed. Okay, you may lose your heart. Okay, but don't ever what? Don't ever stop. Keep moving up. Okay, don't let others hinder you from pursuing your goals. Okay, it's hard. It's not easy, but keep moving up because one of the sooner or later you're gonna what? Reach the top. Some folks reach the top, much quicker than I did. I took my time. I calculated I will hike 1 mile an hour. Okay, coming up, coming down, 15 hours. So it took me exactly 15 hours. Some of the folks, they can do it in 6 hours. I don't care whether they go out there much faster than I am. I don't feel, bad about myself as long as what? I get to the top. No matter, it doesn't matter how old you are, how bad shape you are, financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, as long as you have a goal to reach, be persistent. And you will get there. Okay? Why did God call Moses to climb the mountain, to climb to the top of the fifth Pisgah of Mount Nebo at age 120? God could have shown him at the bottom. Correct? Moses was not allowed to go into promised land, correct? Because he disobeyed. He hit the rock twice. And God said, hey, I'm going to show you, okay? I'm going to show you the land that I'm going to give it to your children at the valley. But he didn't have to call Moses to come to the top. Why do you think God called him to come to the top? Why is that? What kind of mental status do you think Moses had in the valley? Huh? Tired? What else? He could, if I were Moses, I would be very frustrated. God, I led your people out of Egypt and dealt with him over 40 years, and they tried to kill me many times, and I'll spend 40 years of my time completely devoted to his people and you, and over one mistake, You're not going to take me to the promised land? I'll be what? I'll be so frustrated. Isn't that how you feel? That's how I felt if I were Moses. I will lift my fist before God. How could you do that? Over just one mistake? And I worked for 40 years to get in there. You're not going to allow me? That's the way Moses was, I think. Then God said, no, Moses, come up. That's a valley experience, isn't it? And God said, come up. You need a mountaintop experience. Do you know how far that is from the valley to the top of the Mount Nebo? Do you know how far that is? 7 days walk. Moses took 7 days going up and 820. Have you been to Kilimanjaro, by the way? Kilimanjaro? Have you been there? To the top?
Somehow.
Halfway up? It takes us 7 days to get to the top of the Kilimanjaro. And you need a porter. You can't go up there by yourself. Okay, Moses took 7 days to walk from the bottom of the mountain to the top. You know what? When he was there, God showed him. Not just 100 miles. Not just 100 miles. So far. All the lands Israel are going to possess. Moses, this is the land your children are going to get. He was so astonished. Wow. Wow. This is the land my children are going to get. Wow. You know what? There's a more for you. I'm going to take you to a place much better than what you just saw. So when he reached the mountaintop, that's where he saw God's plan, correct? He didn't see God's plan at the bottom. He saw God's plan at the top, correct? A lot of members come into church, they're griping, they're complaining, murmuring about their life, about the troubles they go through. That's a valley. God doesn't want to stay there. God calls you to come up to the mountaintop. Okay, to be free from what? Valley experience. Why do we gather together in the church every Sabbath? We want to celebrate what? Mountaintop. It's not just a cozy feeling. It's not emotional experience. It's more than that. It's an experience where you see God's plan for you. Exactly the way Moses, showed his plan to him when he was at the top. Alright? So my challenge is this. What mountain is God is calling you to climb at this time? To show you what he has in mind for you. When you are in the valley, God never gonna show you his plan at all. Okay. His plan will be only revealed when you are at what? Mountaintop. How far are you from the mountaintop? Or do you have any mountaintop that God calls you to climb? Or just you live one day at a time. We will not see the plan God has for us until we climb and conquer the top of the mountain God has shown. I'm going to show you another video. Where's that man go? Gino. Oh, is it here? Okay. Oh, okay, I see him. I'm going to show a video here. It's a song sung by Maria in the movie called Sound of Music. She, went to convent to be a nun. Okay. But he was asked to come to a house of Von Trapp to be a governess of his children, right? And she was not really sure, what God's plan was, correct? And a chief nun came to her and sang for her. Do you know the title of the song? Climb Every Mountain. That's right. Right. I'm going to play that one. not by a Maria in the movie, but a lady, opera singer lady, who sang in a class reunion. Okay. All right. Next year, I'm gonna hike the highest mountain in Montana. Okay, this is a mountain right here. There are two highest mountains in Montana. Mount Cleveland in the Glacier National Park, and the other is Mount Granite. Okay, I'm gonna hike both of them. Okay, and Mount Cleveland is 10,466 feet. Okay, you're gonna see wildlife like a grizzly bear, moose on the way. Okay, they're very friendly. They're not gonna hurt you. As long as they don't hurt you, you don't hurt them, they won't gonna hurt you. And I'm gonna invite 5 families to come with me. Okay, you two guys want to come? Okay, all right. Then, have you been to Montana? Montana is one of the most beautiful states in the United States. If you're not been to Montana yet, you're not American yet. That's for sure. So next year, I'm going to give you a chance to be a true American, U.S. citizen. Okay? And Glacier National Park is a breathtaking. Okay? We've been there this year. We want to visit there again. Okay? So I'm going to invite 5 families to come with me. 5 families from Roosevelt, 5 families from this church. 10 families going to go there together. When we are there, picture 10, bears will not bother us. So, if you're really serious about this hiking, climbing the highest mountain in U.S., let me know. Because my goal is to hike the 25 highest mountain in U.S. until I reach age 75. I've done it 9 of them already. Okay, I have 16 to go. So, I'm gonna challenge you. Hike the mountains. It's beautiful. All right. Let me ask you this. What do you think you are taking away from my presentation today? Share me something that you want to take away from my presentation today. Come on. Okay, sister.
I want to take away persistence.
Okay.
In that, having seen men like Moses and the others who started on the way as a Christian, you've got to be persistent in walking the path with Jesus to be able to get to that mountaintop.
Amen.
And I want to experience that mountaintop.
Okay, you gotta come with me next year. Okay, brother, go ahead.
That even though you sin, God has a plan for you, and He won't give up on you as long as you won't give up on Him.
Amen. Wow, what a takeaway. Great. What are the things that you want to take away? What is something that that you're touched by? Share with me.
I'm touched that I came to Saturday church today, and I have a sister and niece in France. Please pray for them. They go straight to church on Saturday, and it's 5 hours, so and there was things that we had to Saturday. So all that added to what I saw and that happened. I said, yes, Lord, and I know there's a special message for me, so I do thank the Holy Spirit that I came and was brought to me right.
All right. Good. Thank you, sister, for sharing with me. What are the things that you want to take away this morning? Come on. Okay, brother. Bruno?
I've been climbing high mountains in my country. I see nice things, you see far, but my mountain top is still even more about.
Amen. All right. Thank you. Okay, sister?
I feel like your presentation is God is using you to tell me not to be afraid to keep going and not to be afraid of going higher.
Okay.
And that I can keep fighting the fight.
Okay. Thank you. Good takeaway. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've talked about my comfort zone so we can actually take risks for His,
Okay. God is telling you to get out of the comfort zone, huh?
Yes, take risks.
Okay, take a risk. Great. What a challenge. Good.
What I take away is that the Lord may call us, He's calling us every day to do certain things
Amen. All right, great. Anybody else want to share about something that you want to take away? What is it, something that God is telling you to take away?
I think it's also important that after you reach your mountaintop, it's not over, you have to go down. And
That's right.
so just because like you reach the point that God has brought you to do, there's still work to be done.
That's true. That's true. Go ahead, Alexa.
You stated that there will always be a mountain to climb. So in joining with my sister, you should always be aiming to go higher. And even though you've worked hard and let's say you've arrived at a mountaintop, don't stay comfortable. There's always a mountain to climb.
God is always giving you different mountains, right?
Right, but as long as you tread it with God, you'll be just fine.
Okay. Thank you. How wide is a peripheral of your perspective in your life? Okay. How wide is the peripheral of your perspective in your life? Okay, think about this question. Is it very narrow? Do you have a tunnel vision? Is that all you got? Okay. What mountain is God calling you to climb at this time to find His will for your life? I'm telling you, you're never going to find God's will once you're in the valley. Okay? And what is hindering you from climbing further up to the mountains? If there's anything that hinders you to be very persistent about your life, about the goal that you set, you need to get rid of it. Okay? What is needed in order for you to continue your life journey to the fullest? God wants you to live your life to the fullest, right? Okay. What is something that you need to do? Okay, last one. What do you think God will answer if you ask this question to Jesus? Jesus, what was in me when you have created me into your image? This is a very serious question. You must have something in you. Okay, that's why God created you, right? Okay, what is it? You gotta ask that Jesus. Jesus, what was in me when you created me in your image? When you know that, you wanna what? Fulfill it, correct? All right, now my sermon is done. I'm gonna ask Brother Roger. Where's the Brother Roger? Pastor Roger, please come forward and tell us where to go for foot washing.
Happy Sabbath, everybody. Happy Sabbath. We want to thank God for giving us the opportunity not to come around the table, His own table. Just like a foretaste of what's going to happen when we be in heaven. The meal will be prepared by God Himself. What about that? This time, we just want to remember God, what He taught us, what He did for us, and what He will come to do for us again. And for that, as we are going around in our different rooms, before I tell you where to go, I really want us to meditate upon what we are doing. It's not a time that we're going to ask or check our Facebook or talk to people about things which are going on to church. Really take this time, even it's possible to just keep quiet and meditate upon what you'll be doing. When you find a partner to wash his feet or her feet, remember Christ. Remember Him. Do all that you can to remember His words. People will be standing in those rooms and singing. The only thing you can do is either to pray or to sing. Nothing else. The rest will happen here. You meditate upon what God has done for you. We don't want people to go around talking as if we were in a market. This Holy Communion. Amen?
Amen.
It's Holy Communion. It's not a sad session. It's not sad. But you meditate. You reflect on what God has done for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one room. fellowship hall. You have two sections. The one that you see at the far will be for the ladies, okay, and the one next to the door here will be for the gents. And in the room for the youth, young adults at the back, that's going to be for married couples. People who want to do it together, families or married couples want to do it together. We have a room for you as well, amen. And after that, you don't just leave the place. When you're done, you pray together. You stay there. We're going to have a good prayer, like a big prayer, all of us, the ladies and the men. We pray together and move here together. Once you finish, please don't come right away. Stay there, keep singing. We put some hymnals there for you to grab, and as well, when you're done, you can use the hymnal and sing. I know it's different, but we want to try it. Amen? Amen. We want to try to respect the holiness of God.
Amen.
We want to try, we want to be intentional about it. Okay? Same thing also with the married couples. When you're done, you pray together and we all move together. We'll be here. So when you become sitting, the first row here, you will not occupy. The first one you occupy, the second one, and the third, the fifth, and so forth. Okay? So take the first one, the third, the fifth, and the seventh row. Okay? For that, I will ask my pianist to start playing for us as we go. So married couples, the back, young adults room, and then the rest, ladies and gentlemen, we have your exit on my right. May God bless you. Amen. But we are all invited. We believe in open communion, okay? We are all invited. We are all invited, amen?